What is up, guys? In today's video, I'm going to be going over the best shotgun in Chapter 5 Season 2, or which shotgun I think is best. As always, if you guys do enjoy this video, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you like to see more, and comment down below which shotgun is your favorite so far in Season 2. So in this season, we have 3 shotguns in the loot pool. The Gatekeeper shotgun is new, and it was added this season. And then we have 2 returning shotguns from last season in the Hammer Pump and the Frenzy Auto shotgun. And with the Frenzy Auto shotgun being far and away the most popular choice last season, seeing it return, a lot of players just kind of automatically assumed it would be the meta again in Season 2 because it was such like an impressive weapon to deal with last season. Just such a high like impact weapon while not requiring very much skill out of the user. And it is still very good. The Frenzy Auto wasn't nerfed or anything. It's still incredible. It likely will be the choice for a lot of players. I do think the Gatekeeper shotgun has a lot of potential though, and it could be the best in Season 2. It just has 2 main drawbacks, being its magazine size only having 3, and it has like a weird triangular reticle that can kind of lead to some inconsistency and making it harder to get like good damage, especially if you're going for headshots. Also, the in-game description of this weapon says it deals high damage over short range. And based on that, a lot of players kind of expected this shotgun to be somewhat like the double barrel shotgun that we had in the past, where it has like no range unless you're barrel stuffing the person. You're not going to do much damage at all, and a low capacity. So like you would just have to like get up on somebody, spam your shots, and then hope for the best. That's not the case. And also this season was a unique case where like the first day the servers were down all day. So I feel like people kind of based their thoughts on some of the weapons off the descriptions more so than we normally would, just because we had that whole day to kind of like read about what was new and kind of speculate and stuff. But the range on this shotgun is fine. Like I don't know where that comes from in the kind of description of the weapon. It's not the greatest range from a shotgun, but I don't think it's the worst either. It's just like, it's good shotgun range. Like it's better than what I expect out of a shotgun. Gets the job done just fine. So I don't know why the weapon description is the way it is. And if you have been kind of thinking of this as a weapon where you have to barrel stuff or you're getting no damage, that's not how it goes. The range on it is fine. What will impact your damage a lot outside of barrel stuffing range is just going to be the reticle. Like I said, it's a weird triangle and it's rather large. And the way the shotguns work in Fortnite, the way they deal damage is when you shoot it, it shoots a spread of pellets, and then you get damage based on how many pellets you hit. And that's why the damage on shotguns can be inconsistent, or you'll see you hit a headshot for like 20 damage because you only hit 1 pellet to the head and didn't hit many others. So with the reticle being large, it means like unless you're barrel stuffing the opponent, it's hard to hit a lot of pellets, especially if you're going for headshots. So I think it's kind of try to best if you just try to hit the person rather than going for headshots if it's not super close range. And this was kind of the case with a lot of the larger reticle shotguns that we've had in the past. You just need to maximize how much of your crosshair is occupied by the opponent or how much of your reticle is occupied by the opponent rather than trying to get a headshot at all times. Because like hitting, I don't know how many pellets it has. They usually have 8. Hitting like 6 to the body and 2 to the head is better than hitting 3 to the head and then just missing the rest of your pellets. So I try to kind of put the upper part of the crosshair on my opponent's head, and then the rest will kind of just be on their like upper body or body area, rather than going middle of the crosshair on their head and kind of having that whole upper half not on them at all. It really depends on the range though. In very close range, the opponent is going to appear larger and therefore occupy more of your reticle, so you can just go for headshots. Kind of anything past like 5 or 7 meters or so, I just try to get body shots with this weapon. And it also benefits a decent amount from aiming in because of that weird reticle. When you aim in, it shrinks the reticle down, and you could just look at this in game, hip fire it, and look at how big it is, and then aim down sights, and you'll see it shrink and get smaller. That means your spread of pellets is going to not be as large, and so in theory, you can hit more pellets on an opponent. Typically, aiming in with shotguns is not ideal because it kind of makes it harder for you to adapt to enemy movement because your sensitivity is going to be slower, and then your movement is also impaired. So in like scrappy shotgun fights where you and the opponent are kind of like strafing and jumping around, aiming in is probably not going to be best, and you're still going to want to hip fire and try to use your own movement to maybe throw off the opponent's aim. But if you're maybe behind cover and peeking on the opponent, or at like a decent-ish range, like maybe they're trying to get away from you, then aiming in with this shotgun, it definitely can add to some of the consistency and decrease that downside. of the reticle being large. And another thing with the reticle, because of that, I would like to go laser sight attachment when I put attachments on this weapon. You can maybe argue angled foregrip is going to be better for like those situations I was just outlining. But the actual shotgun fights, you know, the scrappy fights, I would rather have laser sight, and I think those are the fights that matter more. So I use laser sight. The other main drawback of this weapon can also be improved with attachments, and that's going to be the magazine size, because it only has 3 by default. And 3 shots with this weapon is definitely enough shots to get a kill. It just leaves little room for any sort of error or like inconvenience. And you guys know how the shotguns can be in Fortnite. The damage can like vary from time to time, like I was just talking about with the pellets. So if you hit one bad shot, one okay shot, and one good shot, you might not eliminate the opponent. Have to swap to your AR. I've been using Gatekeeper shotgun, the new AR, and sniper, and the new AR is good, but it's not the best spray weapon. And so if you have not the greatest shots out of your shotgun and have to swap to that AR while your opponent is just using the auto shotgun, it's probably going to be a fight that's favored for them. With attachments though, the drum mag attachment puts the Gatekeeper shotgun up to 5 shells, and I think this is quite good, and the reload time on it doesn't feel slow for whatever reason. Last season, whenever I had drum mag on like my Frenzy auto shotgun or my burst SMG, felt like the reload took forever. But drum mag attachment on the Gatekeeper shotgun, you get 2 extra shells and not much impact to the reload speed at all, it feels like. And with the drum mag attachment, this is probably the best shotgun in season 2 in my opinion. 5 rounds is still not amazing, you know, but if 3 could get the job done, 5 kind of gives you enough to get the job done and maybe have, you know, a little bit of wiggle room in terms of, you know, missing a shot or 2 or not having the best damage or like a potential teammate that the opponent has or third party. 5 just gives you a little bit more room to play with, and it's not as like punishing if anything goes wrong. That's how 3 shells feels to me. Like if anything goes wrong, it really sucks for you. But with 5, you know, some stuff can go wrong and it's still okay. The Gatekeeper shotgun is also a high fire rate shotgun. If you just hop in someone's face and then don't use cover or anything like that, the auto shotgun has an advantage, but it's not slow like the pump. I've seen people talk about like, should I be swapping with the Gatekeeper shotgun or just staying on it? I don't think you want to be swapping unless you have to reload or the opponent is like outside of shotgun range. Like maybe you're shooting them and they shockwave away, then you switch to your AR once they're out of shotgun range. But in shotgun fights, you don't really have to worry about swapping weapons. The fire rate is quite high, and it is fully automatic. You could just hold down the shoot button and it'll keep shooting. Compared to past high fire rate shotguns, the auto shotgun and tac shotguns both had a 1.5 fire rate. The Maven auto shotgun from Chapter 4 had a 1.4 fire rate, and the Gatekeeper has a 1.7. So it's faster than all of these shotguns that were kind of typically thought to be high fire rate shotguns of the time. It's just the Frenzy auto is so insane that it makes this fast firing shotgun not feel that great. And I think once you have the attachments, kind of like I was saying, once you get the drum mag, I think this is the best shotgun. Without the drum mag, I probably think the auto shotgun is better. And with Chapter 5 Season 2, the weapon bunkers unlock at 3rd zone, and then that's when you're able to like put custom attachments on your gun and choose what you want. So you have to make it a decent ways into the game before you're able to do this. And so up to that point, I'll kind of base my decision just off like rarity. Like if I get a purple auto shotgun off the rip, I'll probably just run the auto shotgun that game, unless like maybe when I get to the bunker, there's like a purple or gold one in there. Then I'll go to the Gatekeeper. But using the auto is not bad this season. If I have the choice of like a green auto or a blue Gatekeeper or a purple Gatekeeper without drum mag, I might just go for the Gatekeeper and just hopes that I'm able to put attachments on it later and then play a bit safer in the meantime as far as close range fights go. I think that's like kind of the main thing. With the auto shotgun, you need basically no discipline or like no brain to kind of play the auto shotgun. But with this, you do need to be a bit more cautious about how you play your close range fight. So if you only have the 3 shots, you know, you definitely want to be a bit more disciplined about like not pushing or not hopping on somebody until you have like some opening damage. That way, you know, maybe you kill them in just 1 shot or 2 shots. That'd be ideal. Things of that nature. With the auto shotgun, like I said, you could play kind of very undisciplined and just hop on people all the time. And it wasn't always going to work, and it wasn't the best thing to do, but it could certainly work. And with the Gatekeeper shotgun, that playstyle can also work. It's just a bit more likely it backfires. So I think with this shotgun, you need to be a bit more disciplined about kind of just hopping on people without early tags, or just all inning. Like, be ready to reposition and potentially reload. Don't all in on everything all the time, unless you have to. And that kind of impacts as well with the mythic, because the mythic drum shotgun comes, or the mythic gatekeeper shotgun, sorry, comes from the Cerberus NPC, and that NPC is the one that has the 0 point dashes medallion. The dashes are great with this because you can get in, get your shots, dash away, and reload, rinse and repeat. The mythic does not have good attachments though. It doesn't have the drum mag, and I would rather have a purple or gold version of this weapon with my attachments than the mythic, especially if you have the Ares and medallion. The gold gatekeeper shotgun with the Ares medallion has the same damage as a Cerberus, so you could have a 5-round one with the mythic damage. It's quite good. So that's like ideal case, but even medallions aside, I would rather have a purple or gold with drum mag than the mythic without it. And then also one thing I wanted to touch on is that there are 2 NPCs on the map that sell purple gatekeeper shotguns. The Jules NPC is at this gas station on the outskirts of Lavish Lair. And then the Meowscles NPC is kind of at this house on the outskirts of fencing. And these NPCs sell purple ones for 300 gold. And purple weapons come with 3 attachments. So it's pretty decent odds that you will get a drum mag on it by buying it from this NPC. It's not guaranteed. I've seen people say it's guaranteed, but it's not. You can get a speed mag one. I'll have a clip of it on screen now. But with 3 attachments, you're pretty likely to get a drum mag off this. So if you want to, land somewhere near these NPCs and then maybe buy one in hopes to get a drum mag gatekeeper shotgun without having to go to the bunker, that's the best bet. But that is going to be it for this video. Short recap. I think the gatekeeper shotgun is really good, provided you have drum mag. Without drum mag, it's kind of a toss-up between the auto shotgun and the gatekeeper shotgun. Just kind of depends how you feel. I feel like the auto shotgun is more consistent, but the gatekeeper shotgun has a higher ceiling, but it's just a little harder to use and requires more discipline. As always, if you guys found this helpful, informative, interesting, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you like to see more, and comment down below which shotgun you think is best in Chapter 5, Season 2.